You've seen the price of eggs lately. For this price, they should come with a tiny golden crown. Everything getting more expensive, your money feels like it's shrinking. That's inflation. Inflation is the rate at which prices rise and your money's purchasing power falls. Economists track this with the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, a basket of everyday stuff whose price they watch over time. Here's the twist. A little inflation is intentional. Central banks actually for about 2% a year. The idea? If your money will be worth less next year, you're more likely to spend or invest it now, keeping the economy moving. But that gentle slope can feel like a cliff when you're struggling to keep up. Understanding how inflation can spiral is crucial, because the difference between a manageable 2% and a disastrous 2,000% is just a few bad decisions away. To understand why money loses value, you have to understand what money is. The cash in your wallet is fiat money. It has value because the government says so, and we all agree to believe it. It's not backed by gold or silver anymore. Since 1971, money is just money. Central banks like the Federal Reserve can create new money with a few keystrokes. They do this to manage the economy, fight recessions, keep interest rates low, and make sure banks can lend. When governments spend more than they collect in taxes, they borrow, often from their own central banks, which buy government bonds with newly created money. This cozy relationship means the money supply can swell quickly. It works, until it doesn't. If too much new money chases the same amount of goods, prices rise. That's when inflation starts to get out of control. When the money supply expands, more cash chases the same goods, so prices go up. Sellers raise prices because demand is high. It's basic supply and demand. As prices rise, people notice their paychecks don't stretch as far. They demand higher wages. Businesses facing higher wage costs raise their prices to protect profits. This cycle, higher prices, higher wages, then even higher prices, keeps spinning. It's the inflation wheel, and we're all on it. The wheel is supposed to turn slowly, but if it speeds up, things can get out of hand. The more we try to keep up, the faster it spins. And if it spins too fast, we risk losing control entirely. Normally, inflation is slow and steady, but sometimes it accelerates into hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is when prices double every month, week, or even day. Money becomes worthless. It usually starts with a crisis war, political upheaval, or economic collapse. Governments, desperate to pay bills, print money with nothing to back it up. Too much money, too few goods. Prices explode. People lose faith in the currency and spend money as fast as possible, driving prices even higher. Businesses change prices multiple times a day. No one wants to hold cash. The currency fails and the economy unravels. This isn't just theory, it's happened, with devastating results. In 1920s Germany, the government printed money to pay war debts. Prices doubled every few days. People needed wheelbarrows of cash for a loaf of bread. Savings vanished overnight. Bartering replaced cash. Money was burned for heat. This chaos fueled extremism and helped the Nazis rise to power. In 2008, Zimbabwe, the government printed money to cover collapsing agriculture. Monthly inflation hit 79.6 billion%. The infamous $100 trillion note couldn't buy a bus ticket. Argentina's story is a slow grind. Decades of high inflation, government overspending, and currency crises. People spend paychecks immediately, convert pesos to dollars, and watch prices rise month after month. Once inflation takes hold, it's incredibly hard to stop. Could hyperinflation happen in a stable country like the US or UK? Technically, yes, but it's unlikely if safeguards hold. The mechanics are there. Governments can create fiat money to pay debts. The main defense is an independent central bank, focused on price stability, not political pressure. But that firewall is only as strong as the will to maintain it. Recent crises have shown how quickly rules can bend. Governments and central banks pumped trillions into economies during COVID-19. The temptation to print money in a crisis is always there. Our system is designed to inflate. Your money is meant to lose value over time. Usually it's slow and managed. But the risk of runaway inflation is always present. So pay attention. Watch your central bank, watch government debt. Because the people in charge are holding matches in a room made of paper, and they promise they're only lighting a candle, not burning the house down.